Hi, my name's Max. I'm a cider maker at Hawks, and this is how to make your own cider. We're going to be making some cider using just the tools we find around the house. When you make cider, you're going to need three things. You're going to need a vessel to ferment in, you're going to need juice, and you're going to need some yeast. Now, there are a few other things that you might need. A digital scale. We have some cleaning supplies as well, in case things get a little messy. Temperature gauge here. Now, if you have a digital thermometer, perfect. If you don't, this oven thermometer will work just fine. Next up, your juice. This is from concentrate, that's fine. These have both been pasteurized to make them shelf stable. That's fine because we're going to add our own yeast. The thing that you want to avoid in juice, if at all possible, is additives that are preservative. So potassium sorbate is one of the big ones here. So try to find juice without potassium sorbate. If you can't, it's okay. You can do different things like watering down the juice and to lower the concentration of potassium sorbate and various other methods. Finally, we need our yeast. I'm going to show you how to make cider using just some baker's yeast. First up, we need to get some water to activate our yeast. So we want to start this off about half an hour to 45 minutes before you plan on making your cider. We're going to fill our cup with water at about 30 to 40 degrees Celsius. I'm giving you more of a way to use baker's yeast, so there's not going to be instructions on the back that are going to be helpful, but a good rule of thumb, about 1 to 2 grams per liter. This is 2 liters, so we're going to have 3 to 4 grams. Doesn't seem like a lot, but don't worry, the yeast, once they get going, they get going. So we're going to take the yeast we measured out, and we're going to sprinkle it over our water at 30 to 40 degrees Celsius. We're going to leave it there for about 10 minutes. Then we're going to stir it. You should start to see some bubbles forming. The yeast is going to start to get hydrated. It's going to start to seek out some food. It's going to start to do its thing. So once you've stirred it, then wait another 10 minutes. Then we're going to slowly add juice to the kind of the warm yeasty culture that we've made. Just a splash of juice at a time. What this does is it gives food to the yeast so it can start to go to reproduce and ferment a little bit faster. Then the other bonus is that it lowers the temperature so that when you pitch it into your final vessel, it's not going to shock the yeast. The yeast is going to be at the right temperature and you're going to be good to go. I have made a starter culture here for you guys beforehand, so we don't waste any time. And so what I've done is I've done exactly what I just told you to do. And I've added juice once, add juice a second time here, and it's just a splash. No need to measure it out. And then stir it again. Okay. So then we're going to measure the temperature. And when we're about room temperature, about 15 to 20 degrees, depending on how warm it is, a little bit higher, a little bit lower is going to be fine. That's going to be kind of ideal because we want to kind of try to match the temperature of the juice. So we're going to pour the juice in. Looks like I got all the juice in there. So that's 1 liter. So we're going to pour our juice in here like this. Now, we're not going to fill this all the way to the top like I mentioned before. Now comes time to pitch the yeast. So pitching the yeast is exactly how it sounds. Just dump it right in. You don't need to shake it at this point. You just need to figure out how you are going to store it. Used typically is an airlock. So if you have access to an airlock or a way to buy one, great. Don't worry if you don't. You can simply just take a cap and put it loosely on the top. Kind of give it like 1 or 2 little spins so that the gas can release, but not much is going to be going in. For my airlock, I've taken kind of a standard doubled over airlock. Put water into the top, and what you're looking for is you're looking for water at this level here so that gas can push its way out, but nothing can get in because there's kind of a protective layer of water there. I have kind of, normally you put this inside of what we call a bung, which is common in barrels, but the bung here is too big, right? So I had to kind of make my own by drilling a hole in the top of the cap and wrapping some plumber's tape just around here to get a fairly good seal. So we put this on here, we screw this on to the top. So we've made our culture, we've pitched our yeast, and we've made sure that the gas can be released and nothing will go in. So, I mean, that's basically it. Stay tuned for more episodes where I'll tell you what we're going to do at each stage. At this point, we're going to wait. But there are a few indicators that you'll know kind of when it's ready to be drunk or ready to be racked. And so we'll kind of take you through each of those bits as they happen, right? So this will probably take 1 to 2 weeks, roughly. Really depends on the temperature. If it's a bit warmer, a little bit less time, a little bit colder, a little bit more time. So yeah, that's how to make cider.